All right, Blake.
What's up, buddy?
We are here, and Blake did not bring the box to the active target, so we're not going to get a good thumbnail, but we got active target right here. New active target sonar by Lowrance, and then Blake's also going to be installing the C-Clear wiring harness.
Yeah, we're going to make everything super powerful and make the sonar look really good.
Yeah, so Blake's got a 2000 Triton with 2 HGS lives at the console and then 1 live at the front with the Ghost. So the C-Clear should definitely help it up, and when he adds active target, it should help a ton. Are you thinking about moving one of those front graphs to the, or one of the console graphs to the front for active target?
Not right now. I might in the future, but I'm going to see how it does on the setup I have right now.
Gotcha. 10-4. All right, cool. All right, so we're going to be installing the C-Clear wiring harness first, and the first step to anything is disconnecting the battery. So before you go messing with any electrical stuff and shocking yourself and saying, hey, Daniel and Blake, this is your fault, I shocked myself. First thing we're telling you is disconnect the battery, and you're going to have way less issues.
Guessing game again.
All right, so right now, Blake is pulling the old power wires back through the boat with a rope attached. And once they get back to the battery, when we feed the C-Clear power harness through, we're gonna attach it to the rope and then pull the rope back through the boat with the C-Clear power harness on it.
Just tape it up just like that so it goes through nice and clean, slimline.
Yep. So, and make sure if you guys have any boat that's been made in the past 30 years, you should probably have a PVC pipe or some type of piping that goes along the console side, and you're gonna have to look down really deep into your battery compartment and find it, and then put your wires through there. If you can't find it, you can make something makeshift like previous owner on this boat did and run it through the compartment, but you should have a pretty easy access where the original wires ran through.
So before you pull it forward, the C-Clear harness has the 2 cords or 3 cords, whatever you choose, that comes off the console. Before you pull it forward, you need to tape that flush so it doesn't catch coming through. So you want to take the electrical tape and wrap it so it almost comes to a point right there. I always recommend electrical tape just because it's easy to remove. And then come down and make it a little flush so you don't catch on anything.
And as you can see, that's the part that's going to be coming off for the console, and then this is the end that's going to be connecting to your battery terminals. You got your fuses over here, and they are actually super smart, and if you have to pull it through the boat the other way, you can disconnect your fuses through these little connections right here and run it the opposite way as well, so you're not limited by running it only one direction by these big bulky fuses. But
so now that we've got it going through, we're gonna wrap this to the end of the C-Clear harness so that it stays nice and flush, just like we did on the other end.
So as you guys can see, Blake is threading it through the battery compartment, and usually this section that he's pulling from would be in a PVC tube, so you would be pulling it all the way from the console, but his wiring goes through his back compartment.
Thanks, previous owner.
Yeah. But it's actually making it a little bit easier right here. And we will get with you once we pull it all the way through. First step has been reached, which is getting the 1 cord to the center console. And then from here, we're gonna separate that so it can get connected to the front graphs, and then we're gonna continue wiring up the longer section all the way up to the bow of the boat and hook that up to the front graph. So as you guys can see, pretty simple process. Hardest part is just getting it through your small wiring tubes, and once you do that, the rest is pretty simple.
What you want to do is you want to take the negative that we've already hooked up the positive. You can do either one in order as long as you're disconnected from the battery. Just kind of twist it together so it's nice and connected. Unscrew this. You don't have to unscrew it all the way like I did last time.
All right, show me what the inside looks like.
So you basically just loosen this up.
Hold it right there for a second. There we go. All right, so you can see the metal terminal in there on the inside.
So now I'm taking this here, shoving it down in there. And then I'm just gonna twist this down while I'm holding this in there. And you'll feel it get tight as you twist it down. Then you wanna make sure it's as tight as you can get it. And bam, you are snug and secure.
And that'll lock it into place, and you guys shouldn't be able to pull those wires out. I mean, you don't yank on it like you're the Hulk, but they should be pretty locked in. All right, so before you guys forget, like we did, make sure you attach the fuse. So C-Clear provides you guys with custom fuses.
So when you're ordering the harness, you put in how many fuses you need. So if you have 5 units in an active target, or 5 units in an active target, you'd order 6 fuses. I have 3 units in an active target, so I have 4 fuses. So what you're gonna do is first you take this, it's this similar concept. You just run it in. I try to tighten this up first just for easy install. I loosen this up almost to the end, run this in, and then tighten it back down without pulling it out. And then it'll get nice and snug for you. And then you're nice and secure. I'm gonna repeat with the other unit.
All right, and these are both of the power lines coming off both of the front units. So you don't need fuses for the grounds, if you were wondering. You only need them for the power, and each one of the units is gonna have its own separate fuse that you're gonna connect with the yellow connector. And then after that fuse has been installed in line, you are then going to connect it to the green connector, and you can connect both of those wires to the green connector.
So now that I've got both fuses connected, I'm going to take these here and twist them together. Get it nice and snug. Loosen this up about as far as you can, and then tighten her on down.
So there you go. And then your wires at your console are done.
Bingo. So then I'm gonna just take electrical tape and I'm gonna snug everything up so it's nice and clean install.
And the electrical tape or shrink wrap, whatever you choose to use, will definitely just make it a little bit more waterproof, keep it from snagging on things, and just increase the durability over time. All right, so as you guys can see, the C-Clear harness is right here. Big old thick wire, and way thicker than this is the other traditional power lines running through the boat, and it is double the size of that. So definitely a humongous upgrade for the front graph and graphs if you add them in the future. This compartment's pretty messy right now because we got everything hanging down, but once we're done installing the harness up front, we'll be able to organize all that and then shove it up underneath this edge, zip tie it up so it's out of the way and you won't even see it. But Blake is up here.
Just added the fuse for this unit.
Yep.
And my active target box is over there. It's already got the fuse on it. So C-Clear did some research and they found that even with adding their harness, they were having issues with the fuses, not providing enough power.
Gotcha.
So they sell you a fuse for every high power thing you have. So every unit, every active target module, and or if you have 360, a 360 module as well should have this.
Gotcha. Yeah, so as you guys can see, Blake's already gone ahead, attached the C-Clear fuse. All he needs to do is strip this line and then connect it up as well as the front graph, and then we'll be ready to roll.
Sweet.
So for any of you guys installing active target, you're going to realize that that yellow cable needs to be connected from the power of the active target to the graph. So just in case you guys are doing that while watching the C-Clear video, that is what you need to do. And then everything else is just standard per usual, power to power and negative to negative. And so we just got to fish that up to the front graph, and then that pretty much concludes the installation video.
Yeah, once we hook up power to the front graph, we're going to test everything, make sure it's all good, but that's about it.
Sweet.
Let's go.
All right, guys, graphs are hooked up.
All
and
three are working. You know what that means?
We're good to go.
Celebration time.
We are good to go. Feels good.
Yeah, I'll be very interested to see how much difference this makes.
Yeah, so Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and like I said, make sure to click on the next video, which is active target install. It should be pretty sick, and until next time, guys, see ya.